Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel Roseology. So today's video is pretty self-explanatory. This is all about your spirit or totem animals. So if you've been wondering if you have a spirit animal or a totem animal versus a power animal, let me confirm by saying yes, we all do. It's my theory that even animals have spirit animals, the way humans have ancestor guides. But if you've been wondering who your spirit animal is and what message they've been trying to communicate to you, then you've come to the right place and this is the reading for you. So go on ahead and head to the comments in the description for timestamps to the meditation and the different piles, because I'm going to be taking a couple of minutes to talk about spirit animals versus totem animals versus power animals, what they are and how you can find your own. Okay, so you may have seen this animal, a particular animal, a certain animal, the same animal in your dreams or waking life. This may be an animal or an insect even that you come across a lot or find fascinating and beautiful. I didn't believe it, even being afraid of them can be a sign that this might be your animal. Now, I didn't necessarily believe in spirit animals when I first got into my spiritual journey until one day I noticed this crow, just randomly noticed them, grew up around them my whole life, never really cared about them. But for whatever reason in that particular moment, it really caught my attention. And this went on for months where I would just see them around everywhere. And then one day I finally decided to order the Wild Unknown Animal deck after seeing it in a vision. I was speaking to someone and I just saw it like floating right next to their head, and I was like, okay, guess I should order it then, or else I'm going crazy. So, the second it got here, I cleansed it, asked who my spirit animal was, and I started to shuffle. And the very first card that flew out was the crow, and I was floored. I was done. Then about a month or two later, I actually started this channel, this YouTube channel. And every time I would sit down to film in the very beginning of this channel, these crows would sort of pop a spot right near my window and they would just caw and caw and caw until I was finished filming. You guys even heard in my earlier videos, if you've been following me for a while, you guys knew that was a thing, that they were always around. And so it's synchronicities and signs like this that can sort of point you in the direction of your animal. Even animals you don't like I was saying earlier, can be your spirit animal. I've always dreamed of snakes, being surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of snakes. I'm not a really big fan of them, honestly. Not scared of them, but not a big fan of them. But I always dream of being surrounded by them. And they're never trying to hurt me. They're always protecting me. And I think that's why I stopped being afraid of them in my dreams. But one evening, this was just a few months ago actually, after getting back home from my nephew's birthday party, there was like a 5, maybe close to 6 foot long black snake just chilling on my front doorstep. At my door, literally at my door. The evening before, I had a dream about a black snake coming or crawling from under my bed. So, I'm talking about these experiences to tell you guys that animals are always talking to us. And when I saw this black snake, I had just really dove into working very strongly with Mother Set. You probably know her as the ancient Egyptian goddess Isis. And I had really gotten into working with her and, ancient Kemetic mythology, ancient Egyptians, they believed very strongly. They worshipped snakes. They loved snakes. And as I got into really working with her, there were so many signs and synchronicities she was sending me. And I do believe that she actually sent that black snake to my door. And even though I wasn't necessarily feeling it, but they're always speaking to us and we are a part of this world, right? So some of us were animals in a previous incarnation or lifetime. And that's why we are so close to animals to this day. So they're, like I said, they're constantly talking to us. They're constantly passing us signs, trying to tell us things. And depending on how aware we are, sometimes they'll really get in our face. Like they'll actually pop up in our waking life, if not so much in our subconscious dream state, then they will pop up in our waking life if they're really trying to get a message across to us. Okay, and this is why I don't necessarily believe in the fact that we need to communicate with a certain, energy or something in order to communicate with spirit. That's never been my experience. In my experience, if a spirit wants to communicate something to you, they will come directly to you. Fuck protocol, they will come directly to you. That's been my personal experience anyways, But now when we get into totem animals versus spirit animals versus power animals, they are a bit different. Totem animals are different from spirit animals. Totem animals are different because they are the spirit or the energy that you are meant to possess in this lifetime by embodying the spirit or energy of that particular animal. So this is in short who you are or are meant to become. Spirit animals are much like spirit guides. They provide us insight, guidance, and clarity throughout life. Power animals are more more so for changes, transformations, obstacles, challenges, losses, grief that we face in life. And we are able to call upon their power to help us power through the tough times. So, animals in general, whether it's a totem, a spirit, or a power animal, they talk to us by not talking at all, but by teaching through example. So if we take a look at their life and how they live and experience this world, how they express themselves, how they enact their will, we can learn so much wisdom from these beautiful creatures to help us in our own life, because we're not so far removed from them, honestly. But it's about observing them, not talking and asking questions, but observing. And they tell us so much by us just watching and taking their presence in. And that's what we're getting into today, you guys. So let's go ahead and get to this meditation so that the way we can get to the messages. So before we get to this reading, let me just say, like I always do, that this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye, not your physical ones, I'll be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I'll be placing crystals for those that like to pick piles with objects on them. And so if you are drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you'd like to participate in this meditation, get into a nice relaxed position. Become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet, working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, the universe, your higher self, or all of them to please connect you to the energy of your spirit, totem, or power animal. Once you've done this a few times, you should be ready to start that meditation. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, and pile 5. And we'll start that meditation right now. Alright, and here on pile 1, aragonite. On pile 2, an angel phantom quartz. On pile 3, selenite. Pile 4, a clear spirit quartz. And on pile 5, chrysocolla. I'll give you guys another 30 seconds to meditate with the crystals on each pile. Alright, hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. I want to take this time out to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self and amazing spirit for these messages today, as well as your beautiful spirit animals and totem animals and power animals coming through to deliver these messages. Now let's meet your spirit animal and hear what they have to say to you today. Alright, and I'll meet you guys at your pile. Alright, and pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards here. Alright, so let's see what your spirit or totem animal is and what message they have for you today, okay? And the very first card that we have here is the beautiful Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Fool. Lovely. Okay, pile 1. All right, so something is coming in pile 1 that's going to disturb things in your life. But this disturbance is going to kickstart your new beginning or next phase. I feel like some of my pile 1s have been really wanting or manifesting a fresh start, a new beginning. And these cards are coming to say that you are definitely inviting that into your world. So these cards are confirmation of that. If that's something that you've been reaching for, wanting, are working towards. But this is physically coming into your realm of reality. So this is like an opportunity, a very real, tangible opportunity, not some sort of inspiration or creative spark or an idea. No, this is a physical opportunity, like a phone call or an invitation. Someone reaches out to you. A job may be reaching out to you. Picking up a lot of clientele, and if you own a business, something like that. A promotion, bringing in more money, an increase in money, an increase in finances, a change of environment, a change of scenery, something like that. This is a very real physical opportunity. So this is a physical opportunity that's going to come in. And what I heard initially was the word ruin. And I wanted to be very careful saying that because I do not want to scare anyone. I know me personally, I've grown to love and adore change and disturbance because it brings in newness and transformation. And trust me when I say I'm one of those people that I grew up hating change. I'm a Taurus sun, Leo moon. I used to hate change with a passion until the universe kicked my ass a little bit. And then I realized like, wow, this is actually kind of nice. This is different, you know? So yeah, I really just didn't want to scare anyone. But you know, in order for change, sometimes things have to break or be deconstructed. Sometimes there needs to be a little bit of turbulence or disturbance for things to change or transform. Like you guys can see here, this Ace of Pentacles, it looks like it comes into your life and then boom, like we have this broken glasses. Like when you look at these two, it's like something comes in and then all of a sudden it's like you have all these broken glasses and things. And in the Eight of Cups, typically in the Rider-Waite-Smith depiction, we have like these 8 cups neatly stacked. And this man turning around and walking away from these cups that he's stacked very neatly. He's left them very organized and he's walking away. He's choosing not to associate himself with these things anymore. But what you see here in this Eight of Cups is you see broken glass, shards of glass. You see destruction. You see something where it looks like that was a wild night, a rough party, something came in and really smashed things to bits, right? But the interesting thing is though, is this was something that you've been needing to walk away from or separate from. And this opportunity here, right here with this Ace of Pentacles, but this opportunity is going to help you do that. It's going to help you confidently take this leap of faith, like this little baby bird here, how he's getting ready to leap or jump off of this branch for the first time. And whatever this opportunity is, it's going to really give you the confidence to sort of but take on this challenge of taking a leap off that branch, leaving the nest. It's going to give you the confidence to do that. So your spirit animal may also have to do with birds or something of that nature, since that's the only animal present in the tarot cards here. But let's go on ahead and get to you guys' oracle cards, see what else it is that we have going on, okay? All right, so the very first card that we have is the lizard. Beautiful, beautiful. The desert, the judge, hummingbird spirit, be here now. The hawk spirit, let spirit be your guide. I love that. And then we have here, beautiful, the seer. I love this card. Okay, so let's start with the hummingbird spirit and the hawk spirit. Yeah, so there's something you can sort of see from afar here, pile one, and we have the seer card here for sure. So yeah, there's something you see potential in, or you see the good in what looks like a bad situation. So if that's not resonating, then that's what your spirit animal wants to say to you. The desert, for some reason, right here, this looks like a dream to me. So you may dream of being in remote places like the desert, or you may dream of being alone in a wasteland or somewhere on your own where you have to really figure it out, like this baby bird here, how he has to figure it out. But there's something that your spirit animal definitely wants you to see. They want you to adapt to your environment, like the lizard here. A lizard never looks at his home as uninhabitable because he already knows he's going to shapeshift or submit to his environment. Lizards have been found frozen on the ground, frozen in Florida. This isn't funny, but it's because they are adapting to climate change. So nature will evolve. It's us, it's humans that's playing catch up here. And this is what your spirit animal is asking of you, to adapt. Don't allow this Eight of Cups down here. This Eight of Cups, I was covered up by the seer card, but do not allow this Eight of Cups. Don't allow any sort of environment that you're in that seems barren, or that seems like a wasteland, or that seems like a bad environment, like a negative environment. You know, we have these ideas of what bad or negative or a desert is. We have our own ideas of what something like this looks like or feels like, right? So don't allow whatever environment you are in that doesn't seem that great, do not allow it to make you feel as though you cannot adapt to your environment and make it your own. Do not allow your environment to take away your own internal personal power. Whatever is within your own auric field is all you. And you can control what is happening within that control room, basically. When we step inside of our own auric field, our aura that surrounds us, that is everything that is in our control. And our aura extends like feet beyond our actual body, right? So whatever is in your auric field is what you can control. Everything outside of that is really sort of left up to chance. We're kind of co-creating it, but we don't have all of the, we don't have full control, right, over our external environment. The only thing that we do have control over is what happens within us and with our own actions. That's the only thing that we can control, right? So don't allow your environment to make you feel powerless. Don't allow anything happening in your external environment to strip you of your own internal power. Okay? It's very important for you to realize that you are safe behind that door or that wall that separates you from the external. You have to realize that you are able to create the environment you want. You are able to adapt. That is why the lizard is here. So the lizard may be your spirit animal as well, for sure, for him to come up, as well as some sort of bird, because we have 3 different birds here: the hummingbird, the hawk spirit, and then we have this little baby bird. I don't even know what bird this is. So definitely the bird. This is very flighty, airy sort of energy, right? And then the lizard. So you are very much able to adapt. Birds, they fly until they find a suitable home in a suitable environment, right? With good weather and things like that. Things that's going to help them build their home, build their nest, build their family. Don't allow this 8 of Cups to discourage you or scare you or make you feel alone, isolated, or abandoned. Pull from your lizard energy and adapt to your surroundings. Once you've done that, pull from your bird spirit, okay? So once you've adapted to your environment, once you've pulled from that lizard energy and have adapted to your environment, then you want to start pulling from this bird energy here and adopt that third person point of view, that bird's eye view, right? To whatever situation it is. We have the seer card here. So this is all about having a different perspective, a bird's eye point of view, a third person point of view, some sort of different optic to life. Okay, so whenever you are pulling on this bird spirit here, it's going to help you to see a solution that no one else can see. This will also help you to determine what needs to be and doesn't need to be in your life with this Judge card here. Okay, so you're deciding what needs to be in your life and what doesn't. 8 of Cups, Judge card, the desert. Everything that is in the desert because that is the environment that is suitable for its habitat. That is an environment that is suitable for the life that lives in the desert. Not everything can live or survive in the fucking desert. Okay, so basically, whatever environment is happening around you, just know that you are the type of person that can adapt to whatever environment they are in. You're somebody that can go from literally like a resort style, like vacation, you know, beach somewhere, to the desert, and you can still make yourself comfortable there because you've been given the gift of adaptability. You've been given the gift of being malleable, of being able to shapeshift and form. Okay, so that's an amazing gift. And some people, they try to like sort of shame people that are able to shapeshift. There is nothing shameful about that. If anything, being rigid sometimes will really get you in a really bad position. And this is why things in the desert, they are able to adapt. This is why there's so many serpents and things in the desert, because they know how to adapt. They're a lot more changeable. They're a lot more bendable and flexible, right? So this is basically what your spirit animal is trying to say to you, is it's all about adapting to your environment. It's all about adapting here and finding the environment that suits you best. That the way you can really start to build the life that you want. Because like I said, we have so much bird energy here, and birds are all about, they fly south when winter hits, right? So they are constantly flying and looking for that place that they belong in. That the way they can build something sustainable. Okay, and this is what I'm seeing for my pile ones, which is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it looks like your spirit animal is definitely some sort of a bird, some sort of animal that has wings, or as well as the lizard here. So this is all that I'm seeing pile one as far as who your totem animal is, and as well as a message, a beautiful message from them. So thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time out to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, amazing spirit itself for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon, but until next time, you guys, please stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, say what's up to your spirit animal for me, and I'll be back next time. All right, bye guys. All right, in pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards here. So let's see who your spirit animal is and listen to the message that they have to give to you today, okay? So the very first tarot card that we have here is beautiful, the Star, the Sun in reverse, and the 10 of Pentacles, beautiful. All right, pile 2. So this was my easy pile. Pile 1, when I was shuffling the cards for pile 1, the cards were like going everywhere. It was wild. Okay, but yeah, so pile 2. As well as, let me say this, do you guys like to work at night, or do you work nights? Is nighttime when all your ideas and creative juices start flowing to you? Just an observation, because it looks like nighttime is very active for you. The Star is such an interesting card to me. It's such an amazing tarot card to me. It's one card that I love really diving into, because there's something here where the Sun feels like an expectation. The Sun feels like an expectation, and the Star feels more authentic, but the Sun is technically a star. They're like the same thing. That's the weird part here, is both of these are the same. They're both luminous, they both radiate a lot of energy, and they have their own gravitational pull. But for some reason, one of these you do not identify with. There's a side to you that your spirit animal wants to bring to your attention. A side of yourself you may not accept or agree with or like or even be aware of, but your spirit animal wants you to understand and see how it's all connected with this 10 of Pentacles here. There may even be a sense of something passed down generationally through your bloodline that you may not be acknowledging. There may be something about your family that you don't know or accept maybe, but your spirit animal wants to call attention to something that has been following you around for generations. It's in your bloodline. This can be a spiritual gift, a behavior, a belief, a tradition, a practice. This can also be something your family expects of you. Like I said, the first word I heard with the Sun card here is expectation, and it's not necessarily one that you like to claim. It's not a responsibility that you like to shoulder. Something feels like an expectation and you're shunning it. You don't want to be a part of it. Your spirit animal wants you to acknowledge that you may be avoiding or running from this thing, whatever it is, but you cannot escape this because it is a part of you. We also have the Star card here, and the Star card is all about recycling, realizing your part in the greater whole and accepting the responsibility of that. There's some sort of responsibility here you may not want placed upon you. So acknowledge whatever your truth is, though, because until then, your sun, your light, that is the sun here, is trapped. Some of you are okay with that, and that's sort of the issue. Some of you are okay with your light not burning as intensely as it can because you want to be a part of the whole and do your part. And you see doing your part as blending in. You see you doing your duty, doing your service as me blending in, me taking orders, me doing, me just sort of following the status quo, me not making any sort of waves, creating any sort of noise. That's how you sort of see this here. But there is something in you that wants to come out and to be bigger than life. You're not a star in a cluster of stars or a constellation. You are a sun, pile 2. Sorry, you guys, there was a plane. But you are a sun, pile 2, okay? You're meant to embrace that. But you may be giving into expectations that sort of keep you from being the sun. Don't let anything hold you back. Don't let anything suppress your light or bury what you have to give to the world. Because I see there's like a bit of a reluctance in you where it's like, you know that a part of you is sort of meant to shine, but it's almost like you are voluntarily suppressing that because you don't want to shine. You want to do your part by being a part of the greater whole. You don't necessarily want to like be the standout star. You want to sort of work behind the scenes. But the issue is you're the star, okay? You're not meant to work in production. You're not meant to work behind the scenes. You're not meant to be, you know, somebody that what is it called in basketball? I really don't know sports, but it's like, is it where they pass the rebound? Is that what it? I don't even know. You know, and maybe I should just stop with the analogies. But basically, you know, you are meant to be the breakout star. You are meant to be the person that kind of has the spotlight on them. And it feels like a bit of a reluctance here with this pile too. It feels like you don't necessarily want to step into that. So you are doing everything in your power to suppress your light. That's what I'm getting here. And I believe that your spirit animal really wants to say, like, let that out a little bit. That is how you give back to the greater whole. Everybody's job is different. Everybody's job is different. As long as you are fulfilling your purpose, you are giving back to the greater whole. But you are a little intimidated of your own purpose, pile 2. That's exactly what's happening. That's what your spirit animal is trying to say. You are intimidated by your own light, by your own shine, by your own sun, by your own purpose. You're intimidated by it. You're intimidated of yourself. And your spirit animal doesn't want you to do that. Your spirit animal wants you to realize that if you truly do want to give back to the collective, if you truly do want to do your job here, then you have to shine. You have to. For the star card and the sun card to be here, and then the 10 of Pentacles, yeah, you are really meant to shine. You're meant to. It's something in your blood. It's something in your DNA. It's something within you that has put you at this point where it's like you are not supposed to be like everyone else. You're just not. That was something that was predestined for you, is that you were meant to shine. Let's go on ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here to see what else it is that your spirit animal wants to say to you. The very first card that we have here is, look at this. We have the eagle. So your spirit animal can definitely be an eagle. The next card that we have here is butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful. Okay. So it seems like your spirit animal has wings. That's what it seems like. Seems like they fly or, you know, stay in the air or something like that. And then, yeah, we have the star and the sun. This is not a very grounded animal. And then we have 2 animals here with wings. And then the next card that we have here is the holy mountain. And the very final card that we have is the dead end. Okay, pile 2. So I'm going to start off with the eagle and the butterfly. Transformation is beautiful. So these animals may come to you a lot in dreams or even in your waking life. You may see them on TV, in pictures, on the internet, flying around above you and around you. And this is a very airy energy. Everything is so in the air. Butterflies and eagles, they fly. We have the star here, like I was saying, and the sun card, and the holy mountain. So everything is away from the ground in this pile. So the thing that I'm seeing here is you are here to transform butterfly into someone who is looked up to, like the person on this holy mountain. If you can see on this card, all the way on top of this mountain, you have a person sitting here, and they're sitting in front of what? They're sitting in front of a star or a sun on a mountain, and they're meditating. They're in the meditative position. So you are... Like I was saying, you are here to transform into someone who is looked up to, pile 2, who is admired, who does stand out. Some of us are supposed to be a part of the whole, and some of us will stand up taller than the whole we are a part of. Like this holy mountain here, like the person on this holy mountain. I said this before on my channel that some of you guys are like space. It's vast and always expanding. The universe is always expanding, growing bigger and bigger, and it's so misunderstood. There's so much we will probably never know about the universe. Then there's others of us that walk out of our house at night and we look up to those stars and we admire them. And this is because some of us are the mountain and others of us are meant to look up at the mountain and appreciate it. You are the universe, the mountain, the sun, the stars, pile 2. You are not meant to be on the ground. And when I say that, I mean falling in line with expectations that are lower than you. Settling. You are not meant to settle, pile 2. Hell no, you are not allowed to settle. You're not. And I feel like you almost try to settle. I feel like my pile 2s almost get mad when they can't settle. And this is how you should know. This is how you should know. That's a telltale sign that you are meant to be something bigger than big, because you try to settle. You try to be normal. and you're not meant to. People that have to try to be normal are not meant to. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie called The Joker, the one that just came out like a year ago, maybe, or was it this year? I don't know. And he was like in the middle of that movie, he was writing down notes on how to fit in like other people. He was trying to write down notes on how to be normal. He had to literally practice people, study people in order to fit in with people. Why was that? Because he wasn't meant to. He was just a different man. Now, I mean, you know, he needs like a few therapists to unpack his shit, but you know, that's just one example that came to mind here. It was like, you're one of those people where it's like you are trying to force yourself to fit in. The people in your life, your family, friends, may be intimidated by what is within you. Even if you cannot see it yet, pile 2, believe me when I say others can see it, they can smell it on you. They can smell this sun beaming. It is just beaming within you. They can feel it, even though they might not be able to see it yet, even though you are not necessarily fully expressing it yet. People can see it, smell it, feel it. They can sense it. We are so much more than just this physical body, this blood and bones. We are spirit. We are divinity as well, a fraction of that. So that means that we are very sensitive to energies because we are energy. So people know that you are meant to do something pretty great, or they know that you're meant to be something very different. They know that you have a sun inside of you. Some people will feel inferior because of that. Okay? Even if you can't see it yet, like I was saying, others can see it on you. Others know that you are the stars that they look up to at night, but that makes them feel inferior because their role may still be on the ground. Yours isn't there anymore. And there will come a time when you accept that, because if not, you're going to keep running into this dead end after dead end after dead end. Transform into the star. Transform into the star that you're meant to be, pile 2. So this is all that I'm seeing, pile 2, in terms of who your spirit animal is and the message that they have for you today, which is just to shine your light as bright as possible. So thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray that this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time out to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, amazing spirit itself, for delivering these messages today. Make sure that you tell your spirit animal what's up for me. And hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. Until next time, you guys, please stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, and I'll be back next time, all right? Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards. So let's go on ahead and see who or what your spirit animal is and what message they have for you today, okay? The very first tarot card that we have here is the 9 of Pentacles, the beautiful Mother of Wands, known as the Queen of Wands. It's interesting, they have the same colors too. And the World in reverse. Right away, this may be a snake or some sort of serpent that is your spirit animal. The World card here also looks like a coiled snake or something turned into itself, as well as there's a lot of feminine energy in this pile. The 9 of Wands is typically depicted as a woman in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. So is the Queen of Wands, and the World card looks like a woman. Some will say that she's more so androgynous, the woman in the World card. But she, you know, she can kind of go either which way. So there's kind of like a lot of feminine energy here. So your spirit animal may have a lot of feminine energy to them, very highly protective, healing, nurturing, loving, as well as very coy, maybe even a little deviant, maybe even a little sly, or maybe even a little bit sneaky, because we have the serpent here. The snake is known to be very coy, very sneaky, you never know where they're at. You have to really kind of cut the grass low to see them, you know, and not in a bad way. I know a lot of people see serpents as untrustworthy, but it's not that they're untrustworthy. This is their nature. It's a different thing when we're dealing with animals, right? It's like, no, they're not untrustworthy. This is just them. This is how they have found. This is how they have evolved and have survived for millions of years, right? Is by being how they are, because they know that they're not necessarily the most dangerous animal of the pack. Usually it's their venom that makes them very dangerous, or it's the fact that they are so quiet and you never know where they're at. So they're able to observe everything else around them. Okay, but it's not like they're a lion. It's not like they're a wolf. They don't necessarily have arms and legs. All they have is their ability to be quiet. That is their specialty, is being quiet, being very observant, being in these places where you would never know that they're at, but they're watching you, but you can't see them. That's their specialty. That is what's kept them alive, right? So it doesn't make them sneaky. It makes them very adaptable, very smart, actually. So there's also something up with the solar plexus chakra as well. I'm feeling this Mother of Wands very strongly in my solar plexus chakra, which makes a lot of sense because the Queen of Wands has to do with confidence and a sense of self, a sense of purpose, a sense of identity, and we deal with that when we deal with these solar plexus chakras. So it's interesting, I'm feeling her so strongly at my solar plexus chakra. That's the chakra that is below the heart and above the navel, okay? So you may see a lot of feathers on the ground as well. And the world card here is feeling like the Earth Star chakra for some reason. That's the chakra that's located about a half a foot away, or a half a foot below your own feet. So it's about 6 inches below your feet. So walking barefoot on the earth in nature seems so normal for this pile. So that may be something that you love to do. And your spirit animal loves when you do that as well. So if you don't, think about walking in nature in a park or on a beach barefoot, something like that, to activate that lowest chakra. There's a lot of information that we gain from the feet as well, okay? So as far as the message goes, I'm sorry for that. I'm just feeling this pile so much that I haven't even gotten to your spirit animal's message yet. But your spirit animal really wants you to trust something, pile 3. As you guys can see in each tarot card down here, there's a sphere or a circle, some sort of like a hovering over something that you're really trying to protect. The way that these feathers are encompassing these pentacles and the snake with her eggs, the way she's protecting her eggs. And this world card looks to be guarding something as well. So your spirit animal wants you to trust a little bit more. I'm getting a very tense, not feeling, but just a very territorial sort of sense here. Very guarded, like you have to guard something with your life. The guarding I'm talking about is you being extra hard on yourself, pile 3. That's one message that I'm getting here. I'm kind of getting a couple of different messages, but the one here is, I feel like my pile 3s, you guys are extra hard on yourself. Everything has to be perfect or make sense, or everything has to be done a certain way, or these eggs won't hatch, or these pinnacles won't amount to anything. My efforts won't mean shit if I don't do everything the way that I need to do it. If I don't execute everything properly, then I can mess this up and I've worked too hard to get here or to obtain this. But pile 3, just know that it is okay. You can loosen your grip. You know why? Because whatever is meant for you is yours, pile 3. Whatever has your name on it is yours. People, humans are fleeting, vapid, indecisive, inconsistent, deceitful, but not spirit. Spirit is not for everybody. Spirit is not up for sale either. There is nothing in the universe that can convince spirit to go against its own plans. Nothing. It doesn't matter how good of a negotiator you are, spirit never turns its back on itself, on its own word. Because in order for you to turn your back on your own word, you are turning your back on yourself. Spirit does not look at it that way. It even says in the Christian canon that, I forget the actual verse, but it's where Jesus is talking to a Pharisee because they were accusing him of working with like Satan or something because he was banishing evil, he was banishing demons, and somebody accused him of actually being a demon himself, and that's why he's able to banish these other, evil spirits. And he's like, a house divided against itself will surely fall. A nation divided against itself will not stand. So spirit is all about integrity, right? And you do not have to worry, pile 3. Spirit gives us specific orders, assignments, duties, and jobs. So your spirit animal wants you to know that you do not have to worry or work so hard to protect or guard something that is meant for you. This is something where it's like you can leave the front door unlocked because no one is coming through that door. No one is coming in there. And if they do try, they won't be able to make that place a home. It won't feel right to them. They'll run out of there screaming by the end of the day because they're going to deal with constant reminders that this is not for them. This is for you. Nothing real can be threatened. I heard Beyonce say that one time, and it made so much damn sense. One of the realest statements I've ever heard in a song. And This is your world, pile 3. Whatever this is, if this is a relationship that you're working really hard to protect, a job, a dream, a goal, finances, your home, a part of your own personality, a part of your inner self, your emotions, whatever it is, you do not have to protect it. If this thing leaves, whatever it is, because you weren't there to supervise or babysit it, then it was never going to stay. If it gets destroyed when you were not around to protect it or guard it, then it was already weak. What will be, and nothing can or will stand in the way of what spirit and the universe has ordained for you. Not even the world is enough to stand in the way between you and spirit. That's not going to happen. You know why? Because spirit made the world. Spirit created everything that there is. So there is nothing that spirit has created that's going to stand in between you and spirit. Spirit is not going to stand in between you and itself. A house divided against itself will surely fall, right? So this is something I feel like your spirit animal is really trying to say. You don't have to worry, pile 3. You do not have to worry. Ask yourself, what if you're already doing everything right? This came to me a few weeks ago in the middle of Pisces season, and it was something that brought so much peace to me because I'm somebody that can be very hard on myself. And when that little thought came to me, that little voice, and I knew it was from my divine feminine, my high priestess, and when she said that to me, so much peace washed over me. And I was like, you know what? I really don't have to worry. What if I am doing everything right? And I'm sitting here stressing about things that I'm doing correctly. So I feel like your spirit animal is trying to say you don't have to worry because we've got you. You're okay. This is meant for you. This is destined for you. So you're okay. Whatever it is that you're worried about, okay? Let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here. The very first card that we have is Hawk. Okay. So your spirit animal may as well be a hawk. We also have the feathers here, so yeah. Let's see, we'll do this one next. Then we have here, oh, beautiful. It says dolphin spirit, this and that are true. I love that. Then we have here the rainbow. Beautiful. And what is that, a parakeet? I don't know what that is. It looks like it, but another bird. And then we have here the healer. And this, again, is more serpents. So snake is definitely coming through very strong because now we have 4 snakes here. And then we have, ooh, you guys see that? The animal. And why won't this focus? The animal. Wow, there's something really powerful about this card. Oh my God. Okay, you guys, pile 3. Let's start with hawk and the feathers. Like I said, they go together. So a bird may definitely be your spirit animal or the hawk, as well as, again, we have more serpents, like I was saying, and snakes and the dolphin as well. So a dolphin could be your spirit animal. I love dolphins. They're so playful, so cheerful, so intelligent. But the thing I can't stop looking at, like I was saying, is this animal card here. It feels very overshadowy or something, if that's not even a word, but that's what I feel like. I feel like this is such a strong presence, just like hovering. It's hovering. Oh my God, I'm trying to explain what I'm seeing in my mind's eye right now. But it's like this spirit animal, pile 3, watches you very closely, and it watches over you very closely. This feels very weighted and heavy and looming, like it just looks over you. There's the sense also of the evil eye here, pile 3. You guys may have the evil eye in your home or as jewelry. You may wear it. You may use it a lot, but it's definitely protecting you. There's so much protection in this pile. Like I was saying, it's like something's hovering, right? I was saying that with just your tarot cards down here. It's like you're trying to protect something. Yeah, you don't need to protect anything because your spirit animal is a very strong force in your life, pile 3. You may be very close to animals or spend a lot of time in nature. You may have even as well in one of your past lives been an animal, and that may be why you are very connected to them. You may feel like you are overly connected to animals, pile 3. Like there's animal lovers and then there's my pile 3s, okay? We have animal lovers down here, like crazy animal lovers, and then we have my pile 3s. It's way above that. So you may feel like you're overly connected to them. You may talk to animals and nature. Because the world, the energy of Mother Earth, I told you guys that there was a lot of feminine energy here. But what I'm getting here is Mother Earth. Oh my God, Mother Earth is very protective over you, pile 3. She's come to your defense very many times and will keep coming to your defense. This animal is big, you guys, because it's not just one animal. It's the spirit of nature that is over my pile 3. Wow. Okay, moving on to dolphin spirit. This and that are true. Yeah, you don't need to worry because you can clearly see what is and isn't true with this hawk card here, pile 3. You are way ahead of the game, like a few steps ahead because you are so protective. The healer card here. I don't know why, but I'm seeing you protect generations. There's something about you protecting generations, the generations that come after you. Oh my God, that's what you're so protective over, pile 3. You are more than likely a healer. Someone down your line was as well, whether you are aware of that or not. There's a lot of healing powers in your blood. This was ancestrally passed down to you. You have inherited this gift. You may have Native American heritage in your blood as well. Someone in your bloodline may have been a shaman. This is something you have inherited. You are a guardian for Mother Earth, pile 3. So you don't just have a few totem animals. You have the force of nature behind you, pile 3. It's big. Looking at this animal card here is almost like looking at the evil eye itself. It's intimidating and it's scary to your foes, your adversaries, your enemies. But you've got Mother Gaia protecting you. She's protecting you. So she sends all of her children, animals, nature, the spirit of nature. Those are her children. She sends all of them, all of these animals to you from time to time to guard you or give you messages or to help heal something or someone or yourself even, to guide you. The earth, she is literally in your blood. The earth is. You are very close to her. The rainbow here, right here, the rainbow, this is a promise from Mother Earth to you to always protect you, to guide you, and to take care of you like no one's business. You don't have to worry at all, pile 3. Like I was saying, this isn't you protecting something like I thought it was. This is you being protected and guarded extremely closely by Mother Gaia and all of her children. So I want to say, like, yes, of course, your spirit animal can be a snake, a serpent, some sort of a bird like a hawk, whatever this bird is here. It almost looks like a parakeet, but I don't know. It could be the dolphin. But I feel like I'll be doing you a disservice to like say that these are probably the only options here for your spirit animals. No, pile 3, every animal that exists is like your spirit animal. They all talk to you. You can talk to all of them. You're very connected to them, extremely connected. That's why your spirit animals, the spirit of nature, the spirit of animals, this force of nature. That's why it loves it when you walk bare feet on the earth, on the bare earth, because it is communicating with you. It is sending all of these vibrations, all of these data points, all of this information, wisdom, and knowledge. It is just funneling it right to you. It's sourcing it right to you. You may very well be a shaman, a healer for sure. Reiki, something like that, yoga. It's like your job is definitely to heal, but it's almost like maybe not so much as people, but almost like animals, nature, Mother Earth. You may be in school for like veterinarian, something like that. But you have a very strong, close tie to animals, to the spirit of animals, not just a few animals, all of them, and the forces of nature, which is absolutely beautiful. Even storms, you might be able to feel when a storm is coming. This is amazing. Yeah, but this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 3s. Really strong, really amazing, really fabulous. But basically, you do not have to worry. Whatever it is that you're trying to protect, you might think that you're trying to protect something, it's your job to protect something, but in actuality, you are being protected. You are being protected by this earth and by this bloodline as well, because it runs through your bloodline as well. Okay, so this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 3s. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I really do truly pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time out to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, amazing spirited self, for delivering this awesome message today, as well as Mother Gaia for coming through, because it looks like she came through for sure in this pile. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon, but until next time, you guys, please stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, say what's up to your spirit guides for me, and I'll be back next time, all right? Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before making our way to your oracle cards. So let's go on ahead and see what your spirit animal is and what message they have for you today, okay? Very first tarot card that we have here is the 5 of Cups in reverse, the 2 of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Tower in reverse. So first things first that I'm hearing is get outside a little bit more, pile 4, or maybe adopt a fur baby, a pet of some sort. There's a need to sort of stretch and breathe, I'm feeling too. something with stretching like yoga or, loosening up energy in your chakras is really going to help deal with any fears you may have. Because I'm picking up, it's like a weird feeling of fear. It's not fear, but it's like fear. It feels like fear, but it's not fear. So are some of you getting married or buying a house, a property, starting a business, making a big move, going to some sort of partnership or commitment, having a baby even? There's a fear of commitment here I'm picking up. So I guess even if you're not currently partnering up with someone else, there's still this fear here of commitment. Feeling trapped, or like if you do commit, because that's the thing. I feel like my pile fours, I feel like you guys want to commit to something, but you're scared of you. That's the issue. You're scared of one day waking up and being like, get me out. I want or need out. I cannot do this forever. Forever is what scares you. It makes you feel trapped. You're scared of either you getting hurt with this 5 of Cups in reverse, or you hurting someone that you care about with this Tower card in reverse. This Tower in reverse can also be you fearing not being the person you need to be or are expected to be in order to fill some sort of role. This is what you are struggling with. You go back and forth with this all the time with this 2 of Pentacles here. You go back and forth between, what am I going to choose? What if I want to leave? Will I walk away or self-sabotage? There we go. That's what it is. You're worried about sabotaging something good. Let me tell you something, Pile 4. You don't have to be scared of a damn thing. You know why? Because you are so aware. You know exactly who you are. That's something to celebrate, not be ashamed of. Don't guilt yourself for feeling like you are not able or capable of being committed to something forever. You are capable and you are committed to something. That's the truth. You know who you are. You know how you are. And do you know how many people walk around every day projecting and living completely blind to their own actions and patterns? Living in denial, saying that that's not me, when in reality, it's totally them. There's a lot of people that's blind to their own actions and patterns. Awareness is enlightenment. You are very enlightened, Pile 4. And when we realize certain traits or flaws about ourselves, this can make us a bit ashamed, right? But this is nothing to be ashamed about. So what you are scared of is commitment. This feeling of forever, that word forever. But do you know why you're afraid of that? Because you respect commitment and promises. You respect the responsibility that comes with those promises. You have a certain level of integrity where once you comply to something, you want to make sure you can deliver. Once you put your word, your name behind something, you're like, no, I need to perform this to the best of my abilities. And if I cannot do that, I'm sorry, I cannot give you my commitment. I cannot give you myself. I cannot give you my word. That's something to be proud of. Your spirit animal wants you to see yourself differently, not as this person that ruins things and breaks commitments, but as someone that knows what they need and who they are and how to and to be true to that. Wear it proudly, because when you stop being ashamed of your truth and start wearing it, what's going to happen is you're going to start attracting others into your life that are very similar to you or are appreciative of you telling your truth. But you have to tell it. This is who I am, what I want, and what I'm interested in. If you can't be okay or comfortable with that, I can respect that, but then we're just not for each other. That's how you avoid these Tower and these 5 of Cup moments, Pile 4. Instead of you getting into a commitment and having to work from the inside out to shape it into something that's more your speed. Because my Pile 4s, you are not for everyone. You might be considered very unorthodox, very untraditional. So you are not for everyone. That's what I feel like with these tarot cards right here, is what they're saying is you're just not for everyone. You are not everyone's cup of tea. It's very specific people that are meant for you. And you're very aware of that. And even though you're aware of it, you may try to sort of suppress that a bit, because you do want to be accepted by the people in your life and by society. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. People, they look down on being accepted, wanting to be accepted, wanting to be in love or wanting to have friends. And, we're supposed to look down on those things, right? But it's like, no, that's a very normal human response. We are humans. It is normal for us to want some sort of emotional or, some sort of bond, some sort of connection. That's completely normal. And it's good for our emotional health and our mental health, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. But But if you fitting in comes at the cost of you not being true to yourself, then that's what's not okay, because you also need to be accepted. The way that you are working to be accepted by others is the way that others need to be working to be accepted by you and to accept you, because you put in the work. I see here you really try to conform that the way, because you know you're so different. You know you have these certain viewpoints that may not be supported by a lot of other people. You may even consider yourself to be a little taboo or a little radical, a little different, and so you're very aware of that. You're very aware that you're very different from people. But like I said, that doesn't mean that you should have to conform either, because this is who you are. And if you are the type of person where it's like, you know what, I need something that is like this to work for me in order for me to not fear this pressure or this commitment of forever, then that's what you need, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think what your spirit animal is really trying to say here is to embrace what you truly need and to state it, to ask for it, to put it out there, because that's okay. And you deserve to be able to put that out there and to also have your needs met. You're just as important. It's not always about making sure everyone else is comfortable and good. What about your comfortability? Because that's been sort of put to the back burner for a long time. And you know, that may also be sort of playing into the fears as well. So let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards to see who your spirit animal is. Ooh, look at this. We have the lion here. So you may see a lion in your dreams a lot. Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. Beautiful. Snake spirit, time to heal. Wow. Then we have the owl in reverse. And then we have here, wow, look at that, the curse. And then the very final card that we have here is the one. Okay. So for sure, your spirit animal could be snake, antelope, the goat, butterfly, owl, and lion. They are all possibilities for my pile fours in terms of who your spirit animal is or may be. You may see these animals a lot in your dreams. You may see them a lot in your waking life. So starting off with the snake and the antelope, time to heal and life is speeding up. Like I was saying, you heal by allowing you to be you, accepting your truth. And antelope, life is speeding up. Yeah, there's some sort of commitment or partnership, relationship that I've been picking up all reading with this pile. Life is speeding up sounds like expectations, panic, a bit of disorder, where it's like things are getting serious. So do I run or do I sabotage? Because I'm not sure that I want this and I don't have enough time to sit around and wait for the answer to come to me. I don't have enough time to get comfortable with this new change. Age could be another factor that you feel is pressuring you as well, pile 4. But there's definitely something where it's like it's changing and this pressure, it's like the walls are closing in. That's what it feels like to me. And because the walls are closing in, it's like you're starting to freak out a little bit, where it's like, oh my God, I feel like I have to make my mind up. I feel like my days are numbered. As far as the life that I've been living goes, my days are numbered when it comes to this certain lifestyle before my life changes into this, before I become a parent or get married or make this move or start this job or start this business or start saving money, whatever the case. It's like, before I do this, I need to really enjoy my freedom now. That's what I feel like. I feel like you're looking at this as though like I'm losing my freedom, whatever is coming in. Okay. And then lion here. Do you see this lion? This is what I was kind of talking about earlier, but if you can see this lion right here, he's stationary, he's stagnant, he's not budging because he can't be moved. He's very secure wherever he is at. Wherever he chooses to sit is his throne. Wherever he chooses to be is his home. This is you, pile 4. Like I was saying, you are the one that choose, but you have to put your truth out there so you can decide what works for you and what doesn't, versus getting into something and then trying to mold it after the fact. That's probably the worst time to work on sort of molding our reality. But sometimes things happen where it's like, you know what, I didn't really get to sort of state my case beforehand. So it's like now I have to kind of work with what I got. But if you really do have the opportunity to be like, no, you know, this is what I want or need, then you really want to make that known before, you know, getting yourself into something, getting someone else involved in something. And then it's like, you know what, this actually isn't working for me. You know, save yourself the headache, save this other person that may be involved, save them the headache, and just let it be known straight up front what it is that you need, who you are, whatever your truth may be. Moving on to the one down here, like I was saying, there is something here that feels definitive and just permanent to you, and that's what you do not like. The permanence scares you, or it turns you off, or it's like it sucks the life right out of situations and relationships to you, and you may be under the guise that something is wrong with you because you don't want to commit. When in actuality, nothing is wrong with you, pile 4. This is just who you are. Like the lion makes no apologies about being the damn lion. The curse here is telling me that there's a blessing and a curse all wrapped up in a one for you. Like I was saying earlier, you want to be committed, but you have your own idea of what commitment is, and it may be a bit unorthodox, but everyone's a little strange. So don't let that intimidate you, because I guarantee you there's people out there that will vibe with you, whoever you are. The owl here, right there, is a very wise creature. And this is like I was saying before, you are being wise, knowing what you can and cannot deal with, knowing what will and won't make you happy. You are very enlightened. You know exactly what works for you. So many people don't know it, or they do know it and they run from it. You know it and you're trying to figure out how to handle it. So you're finally at that place where you're like, you know what? I know what the truth is. I'm accepting that. Now, how do I handle it? Do I run from it? Do I self-sabotage? How exactly do I handle it? The only thing you need to switch up here, pile 4, is how you handle it. You don't have to run. You don't have to self-sabotage. Just be honest. That's the best thing to do, because life is speeding up. It's time to heal. That's important in any relationship, partnership, and commitment, is for both parties to be on the same page. And the only way you get there is with everyone communicating and being honest about their expectations, needs, and wants. And that's what I feel like your spirit animal is really trying to say today, is to be very honest about your expectations, needs, and wants. That the way you won't feel like the walls are closing in on you. That the way you won't get down on yourself for not being able to stay true to a commitment or a promise or a relationship or a partnership or whatever the case. That the way you won't keep getting scared off. The reason why you're getting scared off is because it's like you feel like you're getting into something that you know is not going to fit you later on, because you're not going to be able to sort of keep up with that facade of, yeah, this works for me, when in reality it doesn't. Okay, so it's really important for you to just, like I said, you're already there where it's like you know exactly what you need and want. Now it's just about sort of like putting that out there in the stratosphere, in the ether, like this is what I need, this is what I want, being open about it, communicating about it, and taking it from there. Honestly, that's really all it takes for my pile 4s, which is awesome though. So this was a beautiful message from your spirit guide, from your spirit animal, I mean. So yeah, this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 4s. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time out to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, amazing spirit itself, for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world, say what's up to your spirit animal for me, and I'll be back next time, all right? Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 5, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before making our way to your oracle cards. So let's go on ahead and find out who your spirit animal is and what message they have for you today, okay? So the very first tarot card that we have here is Death in reverse, Judgment, and the 6 of Wands. All right, pile 5. So you outsmarted something. That's the first thing I'm getting. This is like watching an upset where everyone thinks one team or opponent has the upper hand, and then out of nowhere, Hail Mary, you come in and take the win. There was something that was supposed to have destroyed you or broke you or turned you or defeated you, and you ended up coming out victorious, pile 5, escaping whatever was against you. For some of you, this feels like a very difficult past or childhood that you escaped, a really bad or dangerous relationship. There was something seriously wrong that almost took you out of here, pile 5, but it ran into the wrong person. This could have as well been depression, mental health struggles, suicidal thoughts, something, an addiction. Something was trying to take you out of here, and instead it ended up beaten. You see this Judgment right here? And the 6 of Wands card here, they're escaping the clutches of something very low vibrational, toxic, and its goal was death, destruction, your demise. But look at how you rose out of this completely unscathed. You see this dove and this butterfly here? There's no rips or tears in their wings. They're not dirty. They're not beaten. They rose out of these situations untouched. If anything, this trial, this situation, this issue This adversary remade you into a much more formidable, strong, divine version of yourself. It's like rolling around in mud but coming out cleaner than before you jumped in. You escaped something very serious, but you didn't run to escape. You fought your way out. I feel like your spirit animal's message to you is thank you. Thank you for believing in yourself even when you didn't know how you were going to make it out. Thank you for fighting with everything you had in you. Thank you for not abandoning me. Even your spirit animal saying, thank you for not abandoning me and leaving me on the front lines alone to defend you. Because the thing is that, yes, we have angels, ancestors, guides, guardians, protectors, a spiritual team that protects us, right? But if we are not there to protect ourselves, it's very counterproductive, and spirit does not work in the realm of counterproductivity or chaos for no reason, not for no reason. Spirit is not going to work against itself. You know why? Because there's no point to it. It's a dead end. It's a losing battle. And spirit is too intelligent for that. So if we are in a place where it's like, we want to be helped from something, but we are sticking to an addiction maybe, or we're sticking to some sort of toxic relationship, or we're in some sort of a toxic environment or situation that we refuse to leave or let go, then spirit is, they're going to do their best to defend us and to protect us. But at the end of the day, we also have to agree to protect ourselves. We also have to collaborate with spirit. We have to work in tandem with spirit. And when we do that, spirit is able to do so much more. Miracles are able to form and to work because we are working with spirit. That's when you have this beautiful alchemical situation where it's like you're mixing in this physical tangible realm with spirit's realm, and you're working together to create something virtually impossible. So basically that's what I'm seeing happening here. Is you worked with spirit, and your spirit animal is saying thank you for not leaving me to defend you on your own. Thank you for showing up and fighting alongside of me. Thank you for not abandoning me and leaving me on the front lines alone to defend you. Thank you for fighting with me and defending us. There's something about you that's very angelic, Pile 5, because the things that you've escaped in life should have ended you or buried you, but you are not disposable. You are very needed. None of us are disposable, but sometimes our actions make us disposable. Sometimes it's us that makes us disposable. Spirit never creates us in the with the mindset of it's like, oh, this creation is going to fail. This creation is going to not work out. This creation is going to do this and do that. But spirit loves us enough to give us our own free will to choose if we want to go along with spirit's and the universe's plan or not, go along with our own plan. That's all up to us. And spirit loves us enough to give us that option, to give us that right. We're not forced into anything. So the thing is that your spirit animal is really, really thanking you, saying thank you so much for showing up, because we are a really serious team and we're fighting and working together. And your spirit animals love you for that. They love you for that. But there's something about you, Pile 5, that's very angelic. Like I was saying, certain things should have buried you, but you were very needed. If you ever see, I need to also say this as well, if you ever see white flashes in the corner of your eyes, that's your angels coming in. Needed to mention that because there's flashes of light that I keep saying. So some of you may catch orbs in your photos, see quick flashes of light. You may have even seen angels before, maybe in your dreams, maybe in your waking life. They're very close to you, and your spirit animal feels very angelic, like a dove or something of that sort. You are a natural born warrior, Pile 5, like a light warrior. Because angels, they fight too. They don't just fly around and look pretty. They are literal warriors, soldiers they can do some of the worst damage, which is why I don't understand why people work with like lower vibrational entities and things like that, because it's like, you guys, that lower vibrational energies are actually controlled by higher vibrational energies. Like, you don't have to work with something that has a boss. Me personally, I'd rather work with the boss, but like angels, light warriors, they are so extremely powerful. And like I said, they're not just gentle and loving. No, they will kick some ass, and they can be extremely scary. I've sensed them before. I've never necessarily actually seen an angel, not in my waking life. In a dream I have. And I can never actually look at them. I can never actually look directly at them because they're so damn bright and big and terrifying. They're terrifying, but they are so gentle. There's something about them where it's like they're so extremely loving, but these are terrifying beings. To me, they're more terrifying than the darkest of the darkest thing that exists. To me, they're much more intimidating than that, because it's like they're fighting with love on their side. They're fighting with life. They're fighting with purpose. Anything that has purpose cannot be touched by something that has no purpose. If you see these flashes of light, things like that, that's your angels coming to you. Like I said, you may catch orbs in your photos, things like that. This is because angels are very close to you. Even your spirit animal, like I was saying, they feel very angelic because you are a light warrior. That's what I believe you sort of are, or are on your way to becoming, especially after this incarnation, pile 5, and everything that you've survived. You're going to be spiritually rewarded for that in this incarnation and in the life after this one. Very rewarded for everything it is that you've gone through. Okay, let's pick up you guys as that oracle card, see what else we have going on here. The very first card that we have is cheetah. So cheetah may definitely be your spirit animal if you see them in your dreams and your waking life a lot, if they're always around, as well as the butterfly and the dove as well. Owl spirit, you see clearly now. The next card that we have is flow in reverse, but I'm not going to be reading from the book, so we'll just flip it up, right? Then we have here the king, beautiful. And you guys, what was I saying? What did I just call you? I just called you guys a warrior, light warriors. That blows my mind right here to see this warrior card come up, and then the king as well. So owl spirit, let's start with that. You see how this owl is wearing a crown, and then we also have the king card here. Like I was saying, you're going to be spiritually elevated if you're not already. You've ascended past so many trials and obstacles. And I'm not talking about like maybe a really bad breakup here and there. I'm talking about things, situations, people that have tried to seriously harm you, things that should have killed you. But you are standing stronger than ever, okay? And an owl, butterfly, dove, bull, snake, and cheetah. So you may also have water in your chart here because we have the flow card right here. So that would be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You don't have to be any of these signs for this message to apply. If this resonates, then it resonates, okay? But I just did want to mention that because this is like a water card here. But yeah, there's nothing normal about you, pile 5. You're literally royalty in the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm looks to you, possibly even right now at this moment in time, as royalty. Even if you don't see yourself that way, spirit sees you that way. And it says you see clearly now in this owl spirit card here. Yeah, you get it now, pile 5. You understand why you went through certain things that you've gone through, because it was a much bigger plan at play. The king knows and understands things that the average person doesn't, right? His citizens don't need to deal with the stress and pressure of ruling anything, so they are given less duties or responsibilities. But a king really has to oversee his territory. He has to truly rule. This means making really hard decisions and defeating very tough adversaries. We have the warrior here and the 6 of Wands. Life has been harder for you than the people you know because you are inheriting so much more than the average person, pile 5. You're inheriting so much more than the average person. In this life and after this one, you will be highly elevated to something else that many of us can't, don't, and won't understand. Do you see her in this flow card? Do you guys see her? She's moving water. She's controlling an element. And you guys, she's also, let me hold this up for a second so you can see this, but I'm just now realizing that she's also wearing a crown. Normal people can't move elements, pile 5. There's something very different about you, like I was saying, and you are here to tie up some loose ends and do the things that the rest of us couldn't do, basically. You are here to fight the opponents the rest of us cannot take. And no, it's not fair, but my pile 5s, you guys are so past caring about what's fair and what isn't. My pile 5s, you guys don't even look at life that way. A warrior does not complain about the fight or the battle or the war because he's a fucking warrior. He lives for the fight and the battle. So if you're the kind of person, if you're one of those kinds of people that complains about life being unfair, and then this is more than likely not your pile, okay? You may have been like that in the past, but like it says here, pile 5, you see clearly now the cheetah. One of the fastest animals on earth. This is a ruthless hunter. Beautiful animal, but you cannot get close to it. Just like a bird and a butterfly, right? You can't necessarily get close to these things. They're beautiful, but you can't get close to them. Like this flow card here. You know, you see clearly now that you are just passing through. You're not too attached to this place, this realm, this world, this earth, because you know and you understand that you're just passing through for a reason. And those reasons are to tie up loose ends, like I said, going from one assignment to the next, just like the cheetah here, just like the flow card here, just like the king. He comes in, he rules, he does what he has to do, and then he passes on that rulership to the next king, down to his successor. That's what a warrior does. They go from battle to battle to battle until the war is won. That's exactly what you're doing, Pile 5. You're traveling from one realm to the next realm to the next. From one planet, from one galaxy, from one star, from one universe to the next. From one dimension to the next. And what you are doing is you are fighting. You are fighting. You're fighting for what's right. Judgment is here. Judgment. You are a literal warrior for spirit, for the universe. That's what I'm seeing here. This is wild. Pile 5 got very deep, very deep. But this is absolutely amazing. I'm in love with this. So your spirit animal is very proud of you, very, very proud of you. And I mean, they're your biggest cheerleader. But don't get it twisted. They are right beside you, kicking ass and taking names. So tell them thanks every once in a while, because they're right around you, and they are. You might think that like you're doing this on your own. No, you're not. They are giving you so much strength and power, and they're doing things on the spiritual end of the realm, on the spiritual realm, spiritual side of things. They're handling a lot of business as well, while you're handling business over here. Like I said, you guys are collaborating together, and it's beautiful. This is a real team right here. This is a real team. If we had spirit animal and human goals, you got Pile 5, this would be it. This is a sort of relationship everyone needs to have with their spirit animal, because it's tight and it's beautiful and it's harmonizing. It's in harmony. So yeah, this is all that I'm seeing, Pile 5. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray this reading brought you guys some beautiful love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time out to thank your beautiful guides, my beautiful guides, our higher self, amazing spirited self, for coming through and delivering these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon, but until next time, you guys please stay safe, stay blessed, keep conquering the world. Tell your spirit animals what's up for me, and I'll be back next time, all right? Bye, guys.